It's something so many of us do, a stroll to the service station to grab a Sunday night snack. But this couple in Western Sydney had no idea what they were walking into. It was 15 minutes before closing time when 3 masked men raided this petrol station in Blacktown at 9:45 last night. The couple forced to crouch behind a refrigerator while one hooded man held a gun at the door. Now, the 24-year-old attendant arms himself with a baton. He quickly drops it as the other 2 offenders scream and wave a knife in his face.
Hey, where's the bag? Hurry up. What do you need? Hurry up. Pop that. Hey, it's done. Everybody go. Hurry up, lad.
As you can see, this entire ordeal, which lasted about 40 seconds, was captured on camera. And these 3 innocent people were terrified in the name of a couple of $100 and some cigarettes. Now, the service station worker sounded the alarm. The offenders fled on foot. Hello, my name is Julie Snook and welcome to 9 News Watch. Of course, anyone with information on that attack last night should call Crime Stoppers. Well, we're going to kick the show off tonight with a question for the pet owners of the world. I absolutely love this one. New figures show Aussie pooches are being pampered with blueberry facials, weekly hair appointments, personalised collars and puppy preschool classes. Now, I personally don't see anything wrong with any of the above because that little angel there is my Daphne Lou, my little fur baby, who lives a fairly good life, as you can see there. Now, some couples, according to this report, are even putting off parenthood to care for their animal companions. I won't get into that, but we are asking on Facebook tonight whether you spoil your furry friends more than your children. We will have the results and your comments a little bit later on. Look at those big ears. All right, in today's other news, and Giorgio Armani held his Milan Fashion Week show in an empty theatre because of coronavirus concerns. Italy is now the worst affected country outside of Asia, with 3 deaths and 152 cases. The annual Venice Carnival was also halted. Meanwhile, 8 deaths have been confirmed in Iran, and neighbours including Turkey and Pakistan have closed their borders. China's President Xi Jinping has described the outlook as grim as the total number of deaths passes 2,400. A 14-year-old girl is among 11 youths to be charged with attempting to smuggle drugs into Good Life Lost City Music Festival in Sydney. The teenager was allegedly found in possession of 31 MDMA capsules at the under-18s event at Olympic Park. The other teenagers, aged 15 to 17, were also allegedly detected in possession of MDMA, ice and alcohol after strip searches. New South Wales Police have come under fire for the number of strip searches conducted at festivals, noting in a statement issued today that if a person retrieves an item concealed internally and provides it to police, that is classified as a strip search. 12,000 people attended the event at the weekend. 27 were thrown out for antisocial behaviour. The launch of a homemade rocket in the Californian desert has taken a tragic turn. Inventor Mad Mike Hughes firing himself in a capsule up into the air only to come straight back down to Earth. The parachute coming loose on takeoff. The 64-year-old's mission was to prove that the Earth is flat. Unfortunately, the entire ordeal was caught on camera because the launch was being filmed by the Science Channel for its Homemade Astronauts series. A friend paid tribute, saying he was the real deal and wouldn't have gone out any other way. Around the world now, and Donald Trump has dubbed his state visit to India as the biggest event they've ever had in India. He'll be touring Delhi, the Taj Mahal and even the world's biggest cricket stadium, which trumps our very own MCG with a capacity of 110,000. With an estimated 2.4 million Indian American voters back home, it is an important trip for Trump economically and politically. The president appearing to decide that Bernie Sanders is now the front runner in the race for the Democratic nomination and getting in a few early hits along the way.
Or Crazy Bernie. I tell you, I got to hand it to Bernie. I saw him up there the other day. That hair is getting whiter and whiter, and he's getting crazier and crazier. And I saw him. We'll stop Donald Trump. We're stopping him. We're going to stop. And I looked at my wife. I said, you know what? You got to hand it to that guy. Man, that guy, he doesn't quit, and that's okay. Crazy Bernie. He is one crazy dude.
He's a crazy dude. Well, 78-year-old Sanders is in a commanding position now. He could wrap things up on March 3, or Super Tuesday as we know it, after a massive win in Nevada. Sanders took 45% of the delegates in the caucus. Former Vice President Joe Biden, 19%, and Pete Buttigieg, former mayor of South Bend in Indiana, 16%. Healthcare, like Barack Obama before him, is Sanders' #1 issue.
And together, we are going to end the international embarrassment of the United States of America, our great country, being the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people.
During a Q&A in Colorado, though, there was a very moving moment for Buttigieg and a young member of the crowd. 9-year-old Zachary Rowe asking for advice about coming out.
He says, "Thank you for being so brave. Would you help me tell the world I'm gay too? I want to be brave like you."
Well, I don't think you need a lot of advice from me on bravery. You seem pretty strong. You will never know who's taking their lead from you, who's watching you and deciding that they can be a little braver because you have been brave.
Votes aside, that is a wonderful message indeed. Well, speaking of, let's go to our poll of the day. And Australia has one of the highest pet ownership rates in the world, but it turns out many of us are spoiling our dogs more than our children, while some couples are even delaying parenthood to care for their little furry companions. 36% of you agree that yes, we are spoiling our pooches more than the kids, while 64% of you say no. Let's check out the comments, and Keena Jade says she doesn't want human kids, just furry ones. And she shared this picture of her baby, Bailey. Nick Werner, thank you very much for this one. And AC Michelle posted this, or Michelle AC, we're not quite sure, saying my babies get treated evenly. There's still time to join the conversation and share your pictures on our 9 News Facebook page. Well, speaking of cute, how's this for your Monday lift up? A dolphin calf has been spotted, showing that despite being in its natural habitat, the art of jumping doesn't always come easily. A few belly flops in there as the little guy swims alongside the more graceful members of the pod. As they say, practice makes perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining us on 9 News Watch for your Monday. Of course, we will be back again tomorrow from 5:30 p.m. I'm Julie Snook. Thanks for your company. See you then.